Hi everyone, and welcome to Jane Talks Trek, where I'll be talking about and reviewing an episode of the original series, The Next Generation, Voyager, Deep Space Nine, or Enterprise. Today, I'm looking at Hollow Pursuits from The Next Generation's third season. Or as I like to call it, that time Deanna was the goddess of whatever the hell. This episode was requested by Dandelion Down as an episode they have mixed feelings about, so let's get going. We begin the episode with, ooh, gorgeous! Guinan cutting off Barclay and Geordi asking him to get back to work, so Barclay shoves him, causing Riker to come over, who Barclay attacks. And Deanna is into him going rogue, but he's called away from the holodeck. Geordi, the real one, complains to Riker about Barclay's lack of effort, and Riker agrees to talk to the captain about it. And when Barclay rocks up late, Geordi tells him off and orders him to get to work, where Riker also tells him off, and into the credits we go. Enterprise has taken on board some canisters of plot convenience, which Barclay says are fine, and then for some reason Geordi makes the whole thing float, which goes wrong and destroys a canister, so he calls for more help. Any help. Anyone but Barclay. Geordi and Riker go to Picard and request he be transferred to another ship, but Picard says his record is satisfactory and to give him a chance.
It's easy to transfer a problem to someone else. Too easy.
Geordi goes back to see Barclay and tries to be nice, even inviting him to an important briefing, but he rocks up late. This pad is comically oversized, and he praises Barclay for his recent work, but Wesley is a little shit-stacked to him, so he goes to rant to Deanna. Hang on. This room is completely green, but turns green and brown here, and bright pink here. And I think Deanna should be concerned that the walls are closing in. But then again, maybe the holodeck doesn't care about continuity. And they make out. He changes the location where Deanna proclaims herself to be a goddess. Alright then. You make out some more. While Geordi explains to Wesley that he shouldn't have overruled Barclay at the meeting, and also tells everyone to stop calling him Broccoli, which is something that's been going on all episode, before this guy's glass goes weird. Data and Geordi puzzle over the glass and decide a full diagnostic of the ship's power systems is in order, so Geordi assigns the task to Barclay, who thinks that and the floating canister thing could be related, so they go to Riker about it, and then the captain gets involved, accidentally calling Barclay Broccoli.
Metathesis is one of the most common of pronunciation errors, sir.
Thanks, Data. Ooh, I love the colour of Guinan's outfit. She should wear it more often. Not sure about the texture, though. Guinan says Barclay doesn't say much and has no friends, but is imaginative, and thinks maybe he's the way he is because people don't like him. Geordi goes to find him and wanders onto the holodeck, which is surely an invasion of privacy, and comes across Beverly on a swing and Wesley noshing on pie. And then suddenly he's fencing the three musketeers in the form of Data, Picard, and Geordi. Barclay of course kicks ass, and he has Picard up against a wall when Geordi makes his presence known, and mortified, Barclay says he'll transfer. Geordi says his holodeck time is his own and he won't tell anyone, and Barclay admits he uses the programs to blow off steam when Geordi upsets him, and the holodeck is a comfort for him. He says he's terrified that he's going to do something wrong, forget someone's name, and is awkward in social situations, but Geordi is called away and suggests he talk to Councillor Troy. O'Brien does something with the transporter which melts a canister.
Glad I don't have anywhere to go.
But Picard wants it fixed ASAP, and Barclay goes to see Troy. Hey, there's that random pink wall again. And I'm sorry, but the cut of her outfit makes her boobs look wonky. She does some breathing exercises with him, and he runs away, so she goes to Geordi, and he's late again, because he's in the holodeck. So Riker goes to look for him, with Geordi and Deanna tagging along. They go into the holodeck to find the three musketeers, and when Riker refuses to fight them, they send their Riker at him. But he's so teeny tiny! Instead of just ending the program to find Barclay, they go for a walk where Deanna comes across her alter ego.
Oh my god.
And she is livid. The ship randomly speeds up, so Picard tells Geordi to get back to engineering, and they find Barclay in the arms of Beverly, so they take him off the holodeck.
We have a lot to talk about, Mr. Barclay.
Geordi tells him off for becoming addicted.
People that I create in there are more real to me than anyone I meet out here. Except maybe you, Commander.
And they go to engineering where they can't drop out of warp. The ship speeds up, dramatic zoom, and there's only 15 minutes until the ship goes boom. So Geordi asks for ideas, but nothing is helpful until Barclay suggests maybe it's a person unintentionally causing this. So they do some investigating and realise one of the canisters leaked over Duffy and O'Brien, so Geordie and Barclay scan them to confirm their theory, and everyone rushes around trying to fix the problem, and they're successful with 30 seconds to spare. Geordie commends Barclay for his idea, and then he goes to the bridge and says he's leaving, but he's talking to the holodeck and asks the computer to delete all but one of his programs. Okay, so I'm not a huge fan of Barclay. I love the A-Team, and I'm so used to Dwight Schultz playing Howling Mad Murdoch, and he does so with such energy that I find Barclay quite dull in comparison. The nonsense on the holodeck, especially with Deanna, was over the top and silly, but I kind of empathise with Barclay. I daydream a lot, and I have whole conversations with myself, playing out scenarios I should have or wish I could have said. If holodecks were real, I'd probably get lost in the programs just like Barclay. I mean, I wouldn't use people in my everyday life, more like fictional characters, but still I would definitely have a holodeck addiction. The silliness of the holodeck program aside, although they all suited the Musketeer aesthetic, it was a well-crafted story about a person who struggles to fit in, and not just because he's shy, it's full-on social anxiety, and I appreciate the way it was portrayed, at least outside the holodeck, and I like how Geordie was the one to really try with Barclay. I find him quite a sympathetic character, and the dynamic between them was quite sweet. In conclusion, while it was kind of silly in many places, it was a solid episode in its core message. So there you have it. That was Hollow Pursuits. If there's an episode of Star Trek you'd like me to cover, pop it down in the comments below or come say hi on social media. If you enjoyed this video, then please hit that like button, it really does mean a lot, or consider subscribing if you want to be assimilated into my channel. Alternatively, feel free to check out my other YouTube channels. Thank you so much for watching, I'll speak to you soon, and live long and prosper.